So we're on the road. We're taking the van out, but I don't know where we're going. So Mark has planned a surprise trip for us to go away for a couple of days. And we were talking earlier. He said, so we're Leafs fans. Mark's a huge Leafs fan. And they play tonight. So where we're going is based on how good this cell service is, so we can stream the game tonight. So there was an original plan, and there's a change of plans now because we need to be somewhere tonight where there's cell service. So are you going to tell me where we're going?
Not yet.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me. Oh, the other conversation earlier was, I'm going to have to tell you because I may get lost going there, which is very much like him. I'm usually the navigator and you're the driver. So I guess we'll find out soon where we're going. But first we have to make a few stops. We're heading into town, just in the little town we live in, to grab some groceries and a few things before we go. And then we're heading west. Is that a clue?
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat west of where we live?
Definitely west from where we live.
Okay. West of like the St. John's area is where we're headed. So I'll let you guys know shortly where we end up. One of our favorite things to do when we're traveling through a town is stop in one of their little local markets or shops. This cable house building had me the second that we drove by. It was so cute. And we took a little time to walk in and meet some local people, look at the baked goods. We often buy a drink or something to eat for that supper, and then just kind of check out what they have. This town is about 20 minutes from the next big town, so these little shops are often a local grocery store or a restaurant or anywhere that you can kind of get everything you need. One of the reasons we liked 𝐷𝐻𝐻𝐼𝐺 so much was because of all of the charming little places to stop along the way. There was this local butcher shop, Whimsy's thrift store, and also 𝐂𝐤𝐵𝐵 cottages. And the town was packed with historical sites. An original blacksmith shop, one of the original general stores was still there. So if you're looking for any history of Newfoundland and small towns, 𝐷𝐻𝐻𝐼𝐺 definitely had a lot of that. Just arrived to our destination, my secret destination. So we ended up in 𝐷𝐻𝐻𝐼𝐺, which is probably about 15-20 minutes outside of Carbonear. And the first time I've been here, and I think for Mark as well. And as we pulled into the little town, I mean, we've just started traveling and exploring all these towns, but as soon as we pulled into this little town, both of us were like, yeah, this place is beautiful. And we did a little tour around the town just for a second, and then we found a camp spot. So I'm going to show you where we decided to camp. We found it on Overlanders app again, and it's what is it called? Like a town regulated RV parking area. There's public washrooms here. There's a little swimming hole, gazebo. And like we're right by the pond and water. So we'll walk around and show you. Yeah, it's a beautiful spot. And there's like the start of a walking trail is just up there too. So this looks like the spot we're going to camp tonight. So we just came to check it out. And now we're just going to tour around the town and see what else there is out there. Yeah. So the van is loaded up with all the fishing gear. for Mark to go fishing, of course. I'm just going to sit by and watch and enjoy. But yeah, fishing season opens. Is it trouting season? Trouting season here in Newfoundland opens May 15th. So this is the camp site or spot that we're staying in 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐿 tonight. So a gazebo area. They call this like a swimming hole. So I guess in the summertime, people come here. Kids can swim here. Are you going to check the water temperature? Mark's gone to check it out. And then just around the corner up there where that guy is on the bike where he came from, there's public washrooms up there. We've yet to check them out to see if they're open yet. They might be a seasonal type thing. But it is beautiful here. We're the only ones here. It's so calm and quiet. And then I'll turn around. This is like so there's the head of a trail over there. It's called 𝐷𝐸𝐿 Trail. And all of this place or area here is all RV camping area. And there's some picnic tables and the gazebo around the other side. So this looks like the perfect spot to camp for the night. And the weather is so beautiful today. I would say, oh my gosh, it's got to be about 15 degrees. We hit the jackpot. There's sinks in there.
Really?
A toilet.
The lighthouse is one of the very first things we saw as we pulled into 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐿, so of course we had to go up there and check it out. It's beautiful views of Trinity Bay, and we actually spent quite a bit of time up there just in the early evening. We got a chance to see some crab fishermen pulling in their pots, and it's also an opening to the East Coast Trail. So if you're ever in the area, it's definitely worth going up and spending some time.
Yep.
Oh. So we stopped for supper. Well, I guess we're camping for the night. Like we didn't just stop for supper. Like this is
the spot.
This is the spot that we're going to stay for tonight, and we're making supper. But we found these, not sponsored, by the way. These Mitchell Soup Company. They were in our local grocery store. You can order them online. I've actually seen them online. But we got these when we saw them in the store. We're like, these would be perfect for camping. Like we'll just throw it in a pot and
it's all the ingredients in one little bag.
Yeah, it's awesome. So this one is a mango butter chicken mix. But I don't eat meat, so we're going to substitute and put chickpeas in it instead and do like a chickpea mango soup. And then we got some naan bread to have with it. So then it comes with like rice. It has the lentils in it. All of the seasoning is down in the bottom. And the instructions are so super simple. You just dump it in one pot and let it simmer for about an hour. So that's what we're going to do. We have our awning set up, and we're probably just going to let the soup go and sit and enjoy the view. Yeah. So that's it. We'll let you know how it is. But anyways, we wanted to tell you, we thought this was like a great idea for camping. So we'll see how great it was.
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know how great it is in a few minutes. But yeah, we have a couple more too. There's pea soup. I got pea soup.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
And like another Indian, like, a coconut dal. So that's the other one we'll try. So we'll let you know how this one is and how the others turn out. So I'm going to start cooking.
First try on the bag soup.
On the bag soup, yeah. And it's just, we got our normal setup here. Just the pot and the stove here off the back. So So I'm making that Mitchell's soup, and it took me less than 10 minutes really to prep it. It was probably the easiest meal that I've ever made here. So I dumped in all the contents. I chopped up a red onion because we had red onion at the house. And then I added a can of like garlic crushed tomatoes and like a can of chickpeas, and that's it. So I'm going to let this, can you see it?
Yep.
It's got like rice and stuff in it. It's like really hearty and nice looking. So I'm going to leave this and let it simmer here. I don't know, what do you think? Like maybe like an hour?
Yeah.
And we'll set up camp. Maybe our chairs, set up our chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Just sit back and enjoy before the sun goes down. Clean up. But yeah, that was probably the easiest thing I've ever cooked here off the back of the van. And that's the truth. So we'll let you know. Morning. What are you doing? Because you can this morning. Trout fishing open today in Newfoundland. And the first thing you did when we got up was put your pole together and come out by the pond.
It's the first day of fishing here in Newfoundland. This is a pretty public pond. In a sense that there's a lot of traffic around here. It's easy to get. There's a swimming hole just over there, so I don't say there's a hole up here, but I want to get out. Good morning. So I was just out, had a couple flicks. I'm squinting because I can't see. It's bright. I got sensitive eyes. Okay? I'm not even changed yet. I got out and had a couple flicks, and it's a highly populated area for traffic, and I didn't catch anything. So Jen to the rescue. She's doing breakfast. See if I can get it in the shot here. What's for breakfast?
Boiled eggs and cheese and tea. We're boiling water so I can fill up my Tim Hortons cup from yesterday because we forgot to bring mugs.
Yep.
So this is going to work perfect. So I'm boiling water first for tea, and then I'm going to boil some eggs, and that's it. Then we're going to get on the go.
And then no fish.
No fish.
Which we're kind of expecting.
Yeah, but you've already looked up on the map the next pond that people have said there's fish in. So we're going to head up the road, I think about 30 minutes, and stop, and Mark's going to try again.
Typically the ponds that have like easy access to roads or here in Newfoundland are pretty fished out, depending on the area that you're in. But I figured it was the first day of the season, so I had to get at least 5 or 6 flicks in. And then I just came out and got on with breakfast with her. So
Although you said 5 or 6, and every time
it's always one more.
It's true. And I asked him that. I sat there on the rock with him for a bit. He said, okay, one more. And he throws it out, and then he pulls it back in. He says, one more. And I said, is this a thing? Is this like a fishing thing where there's always one more? There's always hope for the next one? He's like, yep.
I could go out 7 in the morning and not leave till 7 that night if there's fish on. But yeah, just wanted to get a couple flicks in and make sure the rod and reel was all good to go. So now we're having eggs. Cheese.
For the next spot. I'm not even sure what the next town is that we're going to stop.
All of them up along the coast.
Yeah. What is this trail called? Baccalieu Coastal Trail?
Yeah.
On Route 80.
That's right.
Or Highway 80, Route 80, something like that. And it's just up the loop past Carbonear. So we're going to go all the way up and around today.
Yep.
I think we're going to stay in 𝐂𝐲𝐬𝐻 Cove tonight.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going to try and find a camp spot. So,
We stayed here.
Far from here.
We stayed here last night because we had cell service. Because I had to watch the Leafs game. Game 5, Florida Panthers, Leafs. They lost 6-1. I turned it off.
At 4-0, I think you said that's enough.
Yep.
You turned it off and we went
Going into the third, I was like, I can't do this for another bit. I'm done.
Yeah.
I always watch every game too, but this one I couldn't do it.
So we're driving. We just passed through Winterton, and there was a pond there. It had about 5 or 6 people in it. And I turned to Mark and said, "Where's the pond that you said was 30 minutes up the road with all the fish?" And he says, I don't know what you're talking about. In the last video that we vlogged, I said to the camera, we're gonna drive 30 minutes up the road because Mark found a nice spot for fishing. And Mark just says to me now, you just made that up in the video. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have never said anything about 30 minutes up the road to find a fish pond. So apparently,
I heard you say it, and I was like, what is she talking about? Like, I don't remember saying that at all.
So I must have dreamt this up. So there is no pond 30 minutes up the road.
I did agree with you though. I was like, I probably just nodded and shook my head and smiled.
We're gonna have to go back and watch the.
Oh, 100%. I wonder if I look at you weird or something.
Maybe.
I'm very curious to see what my reaction was. But I probably just smile and nod.
Yeah, but you've already looked up on the map the next pond that people have said there's fish in. So we're gonna head up the road, I think about. But anyways, I completely made that up. There's no pond, but we just saw people fishing in a pond and it looked pretty good. So next one that looks good, we're gonna stop in.
Liar.
Our original plan was to stop in Greats Cove for the evening, but we soon figured out by the time we had gotten there it was really cold and really windy, and the spot that we had picked out to stay for the night just didn't work for us. So what we ended up doing was just continuing along the backside of the loop and heading back down towards home. Drove through Ochre Pit. We're coming into Blackhead now, and a couple of weeks ago there was some pretty bad wildfires out this way, and we don't live far from here. We probably live, I don't know, 30-40 minutes from here. So we heard about these fires. We knew that they were happening, but we had no idea what it actually looked like. And as we were driving up, I said to Mark, we have an electric cooler like right here between our seats. And I was like, something smells like burning plastic. I was like, do you smell that? So we were checking the cooler, and then all of a sudden we just drove straight into like these like fields that were just black. Like they had just I don't even know what to say. Yeah,
it's
like
crazy. Just demolished like a whole.
The fire just flattened fields, and it was all just black burnt trees for miles, and it traveled all the way up mountains. It jumped roads, it demolished houses. So we got a bit of footage of what it looks like. It looks like a couple of people had lost their homes, and we knew that from just the news and everything else. But I mean, to actually see it firsthand, and the smell of it was like nothing else. It really did smell like burnt plastic, and it just is in the air, like sooty, like ashy smell everywhere. And it's been weeks now since this, at least a couple of weeks I would say, that this has been put out. And there's was a lot of service crews and things still out in the area fixing power lines, and we saw some bell crews out there, but yeah, we didn't realize like the devastation that it had in this area until we actually saw it firsthand.
We don't watch much of the news. We've heard about it, but we're like, oh, that sucks, you know. But we knew about it, didn't realize how bad it was, and just driving through, man, it was just like a holy moly type of moment, because it's just wild to see how far and how it even jumped roads and stuff like that, and just to see like family homes, like just all that's left is the chimney stacks and foundation is just insane.
Yeah, and it got so close to some houses that the plastic or the vinyl siding was starting to burn and ripple on some people's houses, and they must have been able to contain it. You can see just around people's lot lines, like where the fire had stopped. So I'm not sure if fire crews were just like holding the fires back just at houses, but yeah, it was something to see.
So as previously stated, we usually wing these trips. We've always enjoyed just exploring and adventuring, and we've always said, let's get it on film. And watching these YouTube channel people, how dedicated they are to filming everything they do, is proven that it's not easy. We get lost in the moment quite a bit. We change directions, our plan changes, and we always forget to update it. We just did a tour through the Baccalieu Trail and didn't even have an ending to that video, so I guess this is kind of what that is. Just to recap what we did.
Yeah, we're gonna put a map up on the screen of just where we went, just the loop that we did. It took us 2 days. We traveled about 300 kilometers.
Yep.
So you'll see we went all the way up to the top of Greats Cove and then back down that same loop. And it was great. I think we had a great time. There were some little towns that we really loved. 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 definitely tops the list for us.
Contender right now.
Top contender for little towns, absolutely. We've talked about it previously in this video, how charming and great it is. And that was at the beginning of this trip. That was day one. And we didn't find anything else that kind of beat that the whole rest of the trip. So yeah, I think that kind of tops our list as 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 right now. Tiny little town. It's not, I mean, you could only just spend like an hour, 2 hours there just touring around, but it's definitely worth visiting.
We will go back.
Yeah, we will. It's not far from where we live, so we will probably likely go back. The campsite was excellent there. It was the best spot that we've stayed. You know, it had bathrooms and it was a nice private area. It had a little pond. It really had everything. It was
perfect.
It was perfect. Yep, it was. So I guess that's it. We just kind of wanted to go over that little trip that we were on, and we're going to be starting our next adventure tomorrow. So you can probably see here in the background, we have a tent set up in the front yard. So we're heading off to a provincial park, Butterpot Park here in Newfoundland, and we're taking 2 of our 3 kids with us, and we're going to just stay at a campsite and try that out for a couple days. It's May long weekend here in Newfoundland. Oh, sorry, big truck going by if that's loud. It's May long weekend here in Newfoundland, so the thing to do is camping. So we're hopefully going to vlog and get most of that trip with the boys on our next video. So stay tuned for that.
All right, well, we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.